Singers, have you ever finished a performance rehearsal, recording session, or even a long conversation? And maybe you thought, my voice is tired. Okay, maybe your voice felt scratchy, like mine does today. Maybe your high notes just aren't cooperating, and maybe you noticed your vocal stamina wasn't what it usually is. As singers, we spend a lot of our time talking about how to improve our voices, but today, we're talking about something just as important: how to recover when your voice needs rest. Because your voice isn't just an instrument, it's part of your body. And just like athletes need recovery days, singers need vocal recovery days too. Why vocal recovery matters. Your voice experiences physical stress. A lot of people don't realize that singing is physical work. Your vocal folds come together hundreds, even thousands of times while you're singing. When you add long rehearsals, performances, speaking loudly, lack of sleep, stress, dehydration, even crying. I'm going to add crying. I didn't think about that till now. Your voice can become fatigued. And if you ignore that fatigue, small problems can become bigger ones. Recovery helps prevent injury. Think about a runner. If they run every day without recovery, eventually their body starts breaking down. Same thing happens with a singer. Recovery is not weakness. Recovery is maintenance. It's one of the ways professional singers protect their voices for the long term. Reminder: being a professional singer can be and is a career. So, this type of regular maintenance becomes a critical part of your lifestyle. And for instance, being active for bands really fired up a light in me that realized it's so important to take care of my instrument. So I would perform at least 2 gigs a month, if more. And with all that comes a lot of recovery in between each gig. This was mostly due to having no in ears and singing over loud instrumentation. And that's not something that's ideal for any singer. I don't want you to go through that or force yourself through that. However, I do understand, having to, do what you have to do. And in those cases, I just realized I'm going to have to up the maintenance in order to sustain my instrument and still improve as a singer, because that's always my goal. Therefore, I started prioritizing techniques. I started prioritizing quality over quantity, like the amount of volume I could provide. And I also managed to be able to project when I felt I could. And that was due to me consistently taking care of my voice in between every gig. When I was performing as one of the co stars in a musical, and for this musical, I had a lot of lines, not too many, but a lot of lines. And I also had to sing 2 solos along with all the ensemble material. This is also your traditional kind of musical theater where shows are one after the other. You'll get like the week and then you get back on it for the next weekend. So you do about 7 to 8 shows, and it's all pretty close in time frame. So with that, you really have to basically dedicate some of your lifestyle to what you have to perform for your audience. So you'll start talking less. You'll avoid talking over loud music altogether. You'll be drinking hot tea probably every night, whatever the case may be. I mean, everyone has their things, and I'm going to break down more helpful ways to quickly recover in between gigs. But I just want you to know that that is my experience when it comes to vocal recovery. It is a lifestyle. It's not just a hit it and quit it thing. When you notice your voice is tired, you need to listen. That's it. That's all. Signs your voice needs recovery. So here are some common warning signs, and I hope that if it's something you never took notice of before, you start trying to today. So sometimes our voices tell us exactly what they need. We just have to listen. Some common signs include hoarseness, vocal fatigue, difficulty reaching certain notes that you're probably really used to hitting, a scratchy sensation, and reduced vocal stamina, the loss of vocal flexibility. If you're experiencing these kind of symptoms regularly, it's a good sign to pay attention and start adjusting your maintenance, your routine. Recovery versus serious problems. So it's important to remember a tired voice after heavy use isn't unusual. Consider speaking with a qualified voice professional or medical provider if symptoms persist. Protecting your voice is always worth it. All right, my favorite vocal recovery strategy. One, hydration. You've watched my vocal tip videos, you probably heard this before, but that's because hydration, it really matters, okay? And I mean water electrolytes. Water helps your folds function actually more efficiently. So try to stay hydrated throughout the day instead of waiting until you're feeling vocal fatigue. Instead of waiting, that's the key part. Instead of waiting, try to beat your voice to it. Hydration is a lifestyle, not a last minute thought. And I want to really stress that because it's easy. Once you start getting into it, you're going to love it. I wake up every morning, warm lemon water or room temperature water, and I drink at least a cup or more. Then I have coffee like immediately after. Then I start using my voice for real. Like, I really enjoy it. Now, the second one, and I'm so sorry that I even am saying this because I am not the best example of this, but prioritize your sleep. Your body performs most of its recovery while you're resting. Many singers underestimate how much sleep impacts their voice. I am one of those people, but I also actually nowadays I actually do give it its full acknowledgement and I put my tail to sleep if that is the only, solution. So if you've ever had a rough day after poor sleep, you probably experienced this. Now, don't be hard on yourself. Let's talk about my third strategy, gentle vocal rest. And notice I did say gentle because that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be completely silent, right? We're not going to put strict rules on ourselves. It does mean, though, reducing unnecessary vocal stresses, such as yelling, speaking loud over loud environments, excessive talking, guys, and giving your voice that opportunity to recover. It can really save your voice when you start making those little changes in your behavior. My fourth strategy is light vocal exercises. Sometimes singers think recovery means doing nothing. Okay, there have been plenty of times I actually performed and I had to overcome my vocal fatigue. I do this by gently exercising. Some examples would be easy humming, lip trails, light sirens, and higher, and that helps so much. I love sirens. These are all examples of gentle exercises. The goal isn't performance, okay? The goal is restoration, coordination, and comfort. Strategy number 5, manage that stress. I know everybody has to stress out. I be stressing. Many singers don't realize how much stress shows up in their voice. Stress often creates tension. The jaw, the neck, the shoulders, the tongue. Okay, these hold a lot of tension. When those areas tighten, the voice has to work harder. Simple breathing exercises, in through the nose, out through the mouth, meditation, stretching, or some light movement can really help reduce tension and support recovery. So get to it. You now have no excuse. If someone tells you you have a gig and you are tired, you know how to pull it together real quick to make a quick buck. You're welcome. And all right, for my negative Nancy's, let's talk about a few mistakes. Let's talk about what not to do when your voice is tired. Let's talk about the common mistakes that singers make sometimes. Don't force high notes. When your voice is struggling, you're usually trying to push a little harder and it makes things worse. Focus on recovery first. Don't ignore fatigue. Pain and exhaustion are signals coming straight from the brain. You need to listen to them. Your voice is communicating important info. Don't panic. One difficult vocal day doesn't mean that you've lost your voice forever, and it doesn't mean you're any weaker. Sometimes your voice simply needs rest, hydration, and time. I cannot stress the rest part enough. There were times I used to go hoarse, and I couldn't do anything about it. 2 days minimum is how much it took for my voice to always recover from being hoarse, which I haven't gone hoarse in years. So I think my maintenance has improved. If there is one thing I want you to remember from today's episode, it's this: taking care of your voice is part of becoming a great singer. We celebrate the hard work, the hard practices, the discipline, but recovery also deserves its shine, its applause. I notice a lot of artists nowadays do take that time and prioritize it now. They've even canceled shows more lately. I don't support no refund, but I do support prioritizing your health first. Your voice does serve you every day. It's more than just an instrument, right? It helps you create, it helps you perform, it helps you express emotions and tell stories. It deserves care in return. So, next time your voice feels tired, don't see it as a setback, but see it as a reminder to slow down. Listen to your body and give your instrument exactly what you think it needs. Because longevity is one of the greatest goals any singer can have. It's definitely one of mine. I want to hear from you. Comment below. What's your favorite way to recover after a performance or after rehearsal? Tell me about a vocal recovery tip that worked well for you as well, if you have a tip like that. There was this girl I saw on social media, and she mentioned how sweet potatoes are superfoods for singers. And I thought that was such a cool tip, and I can't wait to try it out. Like this video and subscribe for more singer tips and tricks, y'all. I am a singer that also sings, you know what I'm saying? Support each other. Let's do this together. Share this with another singer who needs this kind of message. And until next time, keep singing, keep learning, and keep growing. Bye, my loves.
David, I'll sing it for you so you don't mess it up. It's not hard, you only choose to not say it right. You have this little fight.